Hello everyone. In this video, I will show you a real-time automation exercise we do for this week. Okay, and for your homework. So first of all, the automation is necessary when you have real-time data feed, right? It means too much work to do it manually. However, it is so difficult, if not impossible, for us to find any of the real-time data regarding to a company sales or working hours. It is impossible. That is why I'm thinking about a different kind of real-time data that can be used. And put it this way, the data, when it comes into or when it's saved in a database, SQL database, have the format of column and rows, right? So if you take off the name of the column, all of the data is just number, right? So basically, for the purpose of exercise automation, any kind of real-time data is very much helpful. And that is why I'm looking for one data, the live data that can be used. And finally, I figured out we can use the International Space Station real-time location for our exercise. Okay? We will use Python and SQL to store minute location of the ISS into a SQL database. And then we can retrieve the historical location of the ISS from the SQL database we created. Okay? Now let's talk about what we already know and what is new to us. Okay? So what we already know is, first of all, we can create a database. We can create a table in a database. And then we know we can use Python to add data frame into SQL table. And then last week we learned how to apply the schedule module for automation. And you can run the automation code every minute, right? So basically you grab the information of the location somewhere and then add that information in your database. And finally, at a given time, you want to check what is the location of the ISS, like 2 days ago at 11 p.m. sharp, you can retrieve that data from the database you built, right? Okay. Now what we don't know for this project, first of all, you don't know where to find the ISS location, I assume, okay? And then you will soon see that the ISS location information is not saved in the row and column format, However, it is saved in the JSON data format. And then I have to show you how to convert JSON data into the data frame so that you can add the data frame into SQL table, right? And you may question, okay, what is JSON? Okay, JSON is JavaScript object notation, and it is very popular. It is a leading data interchange format for web and a lot of application. Okay, now it is very interesting project for you, and after everything is done, I really encourage you to share your work or to complete the work with your loved ones, especially if you have kids. Show it to them. Show them how good you are and motivate them. Of course, especially kids, to become better by learning new skill, learning new thing. Okay? Being said that, let's jump on to our project. Okay. So, the first question is, where can we find the International Space Station current location? It is public information, and it is right here. Okay, you can spend some time reading this website, and basically the information of the location is saved in an output file in the JSON format, and here is the format. Okay, it gives you few important pieces of information: timestamp, current latitude, current longitude. Okay, that's enough, right? Okay, now where it is, where is that information? Where is the current latitude and longitude? You don't see it here. It is inside this link. You see ISS_now.json. .json just like dot Excel dot CSV, you know. It is the file name ISS now in the format of JSON. So let me click it and see. Okay, here we go. Now the current location, latitude is 32, longitude is 173. Okay, timestamp is like that. It's very difficult to understand, you know, but we deal with it in a few seconds. Now if I refresh it, you will see the number change because the data is live feeded. Okay. Yep, now 33, 174. So first of all, we know where to find the information. Okay. Okay, so in this one, in the first cell in here, we imported two modules we use, which is pandas, and the second one is SQLite, right? And okay, and I create the new database using this command. You know about that, okay? The name for the database I put it is the ISS log.db, right? And I can start the cursor. Yep. So let me run it. So we will see that the ISS log database is created. Okay. Now let me run it. Okay, it is created somewhere. Okay. So let me see here. Give it a few seconds. Okay. Here it is. Yep, ISS log database is created. Of course, you can use the DB browser to get access to the database we just created, which is right here, right? So it is really blank here. Okay, we haven't created any table yet. So now the second very important step for us is read the JSON file here into the data frame, right? Yep. This one is new to you, but it is very easy. Previously, we read Excel data, we read CSV data into data frame, right? Now, the only thing is we change into JSON. So the way to read is data frame equal to pd.read CSV, oops, no, not CSV, right? We read JSON, so we have to use the keyword, what, JSON, simple. Okay, we have to use the word read JSON. Or where do we read? Here, this one. This one point to the JSON file, ISS_now.json, so we can read it right away. Now we can read it. Okay, so you can print a DF and you see. Here we go. See, very simple, right? So in here it converts to the what row and column familiar to us. It have the column position. The latitude is here. The longitude is here, right? The message sent is success, and the timestamp is here. And it already converts it to like the readable timestamp, right? So instead of okay, very difficult to read. Okay. Now, a minor thing we need to do is, right now the latitude and longitude is in the index, so we will bring it into a new column. So I create a column called lat and long. So equal index, okay, and then I run it, and you will see things change now. Okay, so the lat and long columns created, right? You have a latitude here, longitude here. So anytime you run thing change, here's a 41 and here's negative 72. Let's run it one more time. Oops, sorry. Here it is negative 171. Here's 42. You know, thing change now. Okay, so the data is updated every single second, actually real time. Yep, 170 is 42. Okay. What you're supposed to do now is to first of all create a table in your database. In my case, it is the ISS log database. How to create a table? Okay, you have to go back to your previous work and see how to create it. How many columns of the table? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So inside the query to create table, okay, you have to declare the column name, and all of those will go to varchar 255. Okay, the type of data is always varchar 255. You also have message here varchar 255, so on and so forth. Okay, you create the table. If you don't know how to create a table, go ahead and go back to review. If it doesn't work, you know, you can post your message in the forum. After you create a table, what we have in last week, let me show you. After you create a table, right? Yep. You have to read the data into data frame. In our previous class, the data frame is Excel, which we use this command to read into data frame. Over here, we read data from the JSON file with this command, right? Once you read it, you have to update the new data into your table. Whatever table you call, you know, previous week it is what, table 1, something like that, you have to change, right? And you may not need to print the count. However, feel free to print out to see how things updated, okay? And then you have to schedule the code to run every minute at, instead of 30 seconds past a minute, I want you to run 01. Okay, yeah. After that, leave it run for at least 2 hours, right? Let it run at least for 2 hours. And on Sakai, I will create an assignment where you can upload your database with the data of ISS location for 2 hours. So you can imagine that it runs every minute. So each hour has 60 minutes. So go at least 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. So basically your database will have about 120 to 180 rows. Okay. So I will download your file and verify your work. Okay. Good luck. Thank you. And you know what? The kids love that kind of project. And when you're done, show them how it works. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.